Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some of Life and Land, shall we? This is a charming and cozy builder that I played in early access, and I'm taking a look at the full release a little bit early. The game will come into full release on May 16th, and there is a new scenario that you can play, which is Lensburg, and it is a historical story of the Counts of Lensburg. If you want to do like a more history-based experience, then there is the Krzoven scenario, which is kind of what I played, and it's the starter package. And then there is a more advanced Rasenna. And we're going to start a brand new game here on Krzoven because this is the recommended starting point for a new player. However, there is A and B, so you can do like the standard map, and then there's one that is hilly and one that has lakes. So I'm going to go ahead and begin
good that you are here.
with lakes. Good that I'm here indeed. I am going to put a link to the Steam page in the description below so that you can check out Of Life and Land as it's coming out if you're interested.
I sent for you because I have an important task for you.
Okay.
The situation in the southern part of the empire is steadily worsening due to rapid population growth.
Okay, cool. So in the early access, there was no voiceover, and I always love voice acting, voiceover. This is cool.
It becomes more and more difficult for the common people. Farms are cut smaller and smaller because of the division of inheritance, while taxes remain the same or even increase. New land can only be gained to a limited extent by clearing or by developing less optimal areas. Even among the nobility, there are more and more descendants who are not entitled to inherit. We are Krzoven, one of the largest estates in the empire. We still do not have large cities and productive villages, and are therefore insignificant. I would like to change that.
All right, let's do it.
I send you north. Explore the region. Be wise and see that the people lack nothing. This way, new settlers will join you, and if you are open and decent to them and their customs, they will stay.
Okay.
Build a community center to consolidate your position in the region, but also take care of your supplies, because the summer is quickly over. Good luck. I'm counting on you.
She's counting on us. Okay. So, here's the deal. I'm going to pause the game. And we're looking down on the map here, kind of with our starting point nestled by this large lake. We've got some, streams, rivers cutting through the large hills, almost like a natural defense back here. And then if we zoom out, you can see that the map is, pretty large here. And this is a colony management builder game. You can have some similarities to games like Going Medieval, sort of RimWorld, Banished, that kind of stuff. And we have on the right side of the map here, or the screen, we've got some quests to get us going. So I like to just begin with the tutorial because I haven't played in quite some time, and I want to see if anything has changed with the full release. So we need to push B, and they want us to place some buildings. And we pretty much need, you could see down here, we need a forester's stump, a gatherer's shack, a garden bed, a stonemason, just all of the constructions here for the most part, except for the fishing place. And then we are going to want some houses and things. But let's go ahead and get the forester's stump so we can start getting some wood right away. And if I drop in this forester stump, you see how the trees turn light green, indicating they will be accessible to the woodcutter who is employed here. Another thing I like about this is if you look at the kind of mouse when you're on a tile, you see how on this square there's, I'm accessing everything when I place this, which would be at the forester's stump is showing me, if I put it here, I'm going to get access to 14 trees, 4 conifers, 3 fruit trees, and 8 bushes. And you see the numbers change. So it's really nice. You get a visualization, but you also get just the numbers crunched. And I'm going to put this right... I do like this spot. So I have it kind of built right there, or starting to be built. And let's see, we need a... we can plant a broadleaf tree over in the plants and fields. So we'll just put in another tree, I guess, back here. Actually, that's a bad place. I'm going to get rid of that because I don't want to block access to this mine necessarily. I mean, we could just chop down the tree, but let's just be a little smarter. Put a tree right there. That's great. And then this kind of blocks access to that ramp, but we'll have the trees cut down before that becomes important, I think. And we also need to build a garden bed, which is here. And I'm going to kind of drop this. So there's grass, fruits, and vegetables on this tile. I like this. I'm going to rotate it with R and just kind of put a garden bed that goes down to there. So a nice garden. Get us started. Then we have we need to build a gatherer shack. So let's go back to resource acquisition and build a gatherer shack now. Let's see, there's a ton over here. There's a bunch of cereal and stuff. Grass, bushes, conifers, 49 grass, 11 wheat. I feel like this spot right here is really, really good. So I'm going to put it there. And then we also need a stonemason. Now, stonemason wants to be near stone. And there's some stone down here. There's a little bit of stone up here as well. Actually, there's 4, so this is a good spot. I'm going to rotate it like so. And the people can just walk up this ramp. So now I've got the garden bed, the shack, the tree, the stump, and the stonemason. Everything is begun, but I have it paused, so nothing has actually started. I'm going to just draw a road. Kind of goes here, and then down along the river. And around like so. And if you build the road across the stream, they kind of like automatically build a bridge. And then we'll build it to wrap around. And then they can just travel faster on the road. And the labor is automatically assigned, you know, to the idle people. I'll unpause it. And you can see up here in the upper left, like, nobody has a house. Everybody's unemployed. But they'll get a job in a moment. And I'm going to speed up the game. I'm just going to push 5 and go to 1 times speed. And you can see they're starting to actually build all this stuff. And I think this indicator with, like, the raccoon is saying we don't have our stuff in storage, so, like, animals can or already have stolen some of our supplies. So that's not ideal. And the forester's stump is now done. It's pretty easy. And it should automatically, it has the check mark here to automatically assign a worker. So if I just leave it unpaused, somebody's going to just go get that job once they're done with their current task. And people are laying in this road here. There's some animals about, but they don't seem like they're going to cause me any kind of trouble. They better not. There's our bridge. We built it. The road's coming in. Looks great. Okay. So I have some wealth. I have only 2.1 days of stored food, which is pretty scary. The gatherer's hut's going to need to kind of help us with that. There's one of our gardens coming in. There they go. Almost done. And the garden is all done. Now, I don't know about the yield. So what they're saying, like, is the soil is not great, but it's... Well, this is the water bar. The soil is good. The nutrients are fine, and this is the growth phase, so they just got planted. So we're going to need to figure out a way, maybe a well or something, for them to water it. Or I don't know if people will just automatically draw some water from this nearby river. We'll see. Okay. And the stonemason is done, and Jan is working here. And then the gatherer's hut is also done. And Giselle and Harold are working here. Great. So they're telling us about map overlays. There's temperature, water, dirt, and you can like specify, show me all the trout. And I'm going to go back here. That's good. We need to change the name of our settlement. So let's call ourselves Incompetent. And then we can open the faction window by pushing F. And this shows us all of our people, what they're working on, and what they really want. So this progress right here is like their progress from level 1 population, and we want them to build up, and they have ever increasingly sophisticated needs that we need to meet as they climb. Okay, so they want us to build houses, which makes sense. I'm going to go over here to the house tab, and I think we can just live in this quadrant right here. So I'm just going to put a house, and another house, and a house, and I think they each hold 2. So I'm going to build enough houses for everybody. With their doors facing the road there. All right. Looking good. Okay, now we need to produce firewood and rags. And this is the quest over here, just to kind of get our town started. And these are production buildings. So the rudimentary tailoring table is the place for rags. And I'm just going to kind of... I like to put my production buildings, you know, all in a row. This goes right next to the woodcutter because it's a sawmill. The huts are coming in. You can see only 2 people lack a home at this point. Okay. And now everybody's got a house. Excellent. And they're throwing these together. Yeah, it says rat steals from a food crate. So we got to get some storage together because they're taking our food. Sawing place done. And at the sawing place, you can like click on it, and we have a worker, and planks are up at the top, but we could change the priority and put firewood up there if we wanted. So I actually am going to do that. I'm just going to put firewood at the top. And then they're making rags out of grass and, well, we don't have any wool, but we have plenty of grass. That'll give people clothing. They can just, like, wear a basic rag, and it's pretty reasonable. Oh, we got this letter. As dawn breaks, you and your little expedition reach a breathtaking, hilly area. You can feel it in your bones. This is the place where you'll want to build a new settlement. Now it's time to put the promise of a good life into practice. Who knows? Maybe you're about to found one of the most important settlements in the Empire. Well, we can only hope. So, at this point, you see how it's nighttime, everybody's sleeping. I have it at 1 speed. You can actually go to like 30 times speed by pushing 9, and that is so fast, it's wild. But then it'll make it so you can pass the night. Love the lighting in this game, super cozy. And here they go. You can zoom in really far, by the way. See what they're doing. Chopping the wood. Getting the firewood. Alright, so firewood is done. Now they want us to hire and dismiss a worker. It's just showing you how to do this. So like over here, I can go to employees and I can just fire this person, but then I can just hire them right back. You know. There you go, buddy. We need to build a hand mill. We have 4 unemployed people. A baker's oven, and a campfire. So I'm going to build a campfire. It needs a lot of space, this campfire. So let's put it... this looks good. Party spot. And then they want a hand mill. And the hand mill, I'm actually going to put over here, right next to the gatherer. And then the oven right next to that. Because they're kind of gathering some of this grass and things, and then I'll go right to the hand mill, I believe. How we doing? Garden bed, bark, root, and sprouts. So, well, whatever. We're doing our best. People are cold, but once they get rags, they will not be cold. Now I'm going to build a road that goes back here so that I can just go ahead and drop in, oops, not that, an extra house. This is just in case we get more people. And we could start to build little neighborhoods over here. Okay. Excellent. Open up the health window by pushing F1. Very good. And choose one of your villagers and examine their needs. So I'm going to just kind of zoom in on... This is Harold. I love how when you select people in this game, you can see like all of the places that Harold has gone. All the little paths that they've taken. It's kind of cool. And their needs are... he needs... some clothing, and he would like he doesn't want to freeze to death. So those are reasonable demands. So we need to reach level 2, and I think we can actually throw together these torches can help warm the environment a bit. So like if we wanted to just kind of drop a torch over here, and then we could put a torch here. That'll help warm people up, I think. You see the new house is already built. The road cuts in here, looking good. And what is this unemployed job vacancy? Oh. That should be sorted out pretty soon. What it means is I have no unemployed people and I have 2 jobs that need to be done, but not really enough people to do them. I'm going to go ahead and drop in a road that kind of goes over here to this cereal and stuff, so we can move up that way. And we're going to speed it up. Alright, so if I go to food is running low, you can see that some of these people are like 80% of the way there. They just need some clothing. And let's just check, like, how much we have rags stored here. So we need people to come actually get this stuff. Hopefully they will soon enough. Yeah, here we go. You can see up here we've got 3 pieces of equipment. I'm just going to speed it up and pray that these people actually take the clothing. There they go. Yeah, they went and got it. Might either take a new day or they just don't want to interrupt their work schedule. But that means that this person is 80% of the way, and they have some of the rags. But we would need to make sure everybody has some and then have some extra, I think, to get to the next level. The new road is in. All we have here are some grass and fruits and veg. I mean, we need grass badly for the rags, so that's good. There's wood to collect. That's still doing well. Now, sometimes what I like is like stone. I have a pretty good amount of stone here, and I might want to turn that off and focus on food production because we're kind of getting low on the food. Yeah. So food is getting scary. So what if I built a fishing place? And, you know, this is a decent place. 5 surface water. I don't know if I could put any better place than this. This is actually a pretty amazing spot. I'm going to do that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go to this and activities. I'm just going to pause the stone collection. Oh, okay, we got there. We got to level 2. 3 days and Elaine is on her way. One of our people got to level 2. Good. Okay, so somebody is now working here, and they're fishing. And then this should help us get a bunch of food. Because we're not doing well on food. Who is the person who is fishing, by the way? Leon. That's interesting, because... You know, I paused this, but what is Jan doing? Now, you can actually, like, put people on 2 jobs. So I could assign Jan to this job, even though they're the stonecutter, because I don't really have anything for them to cut. Now, we'll see if they can collect anything. Might want to build another gatherer's hut, too. Oh, good. We're getting some veg in. How many people are level 2? 2 of them. Yeah, we're waiting for rags. So I'm just kind of mousing over structures, and you can see like what the potential is to gather in the area. So we still have, you know, bark, cereal, grass, fruit, veg. And with 3 people, that's pretty good. We're trying to make sure that we can maintain our hand mill to make bread for everybody. And we now have 3 extra clothing, so that means that a lot of these people, yeah, should be getting really close to also level 2. Now this is saying what? Like I don't have any cereal. So because we have so little cereal, you see there's a bunch like of cereal over here. I might want to just go ahead and build another gatherer's shack back here. And move these people over there so that we can have enough food. Or at least one of the people over there. There's just much more, there's much better resources over there. Alright. So nobody needs clothing anymore. Or their clothes. Yeah, they do need a little bit more. That's fine. I think what they want is to just have a backup. So I'm just going to speed it up until Elaine gets here. See, our food is going up a little bit. Okay, great. And did anybody actually get a job here? Agnes and Leon. So it's interesting because it's like you can kind of look at people's employment, and some people just have an insane amount of jobs. So he's not doing any work. Let me check the rudimentary table. And what the activity is... Okay. So we can actually go for, I'm going to go for like max, a 3 is all we could store there. So he's doing nothing. So once there's nothing for him to do, we want to put him, can we take another person here? No. But we could over here. So I'm going to assign this guy David, who has very little workload, to just do this as his side hustle. Excellent. Okay. So now, we've completed, Elaine is here, so we open the map, and we need to build a community center to start reallocations and faction requests. Okay. So the community center is a tier 2 building, and it's a big one. So we're going to want to kind of, drop this in somewhere real nice. I think this is pretty reasonable. And then we'll just drop the road across like so. And there we go. So you can see they're building this up. Food is sketchy. We're making clothes for everybody. Let me see the workload. Anybody not doing anything? So this sawman could use some extra work. But those are full up. Alright, it's not the end of the world. So this is coming together. It needs a lot of stone. So we might want to unpause this. Get some more stone. Okay. Let me speed it up through the night. And they're all back to work. Okay, great. So we have room for more people, but they haven't found our town yet. Maybe they need a community center before they, decide to come over here. And now food is looking a little bit better. And we're still working on this. It's going to require all of this stone, so it just needs to be delivered. But we have all of this stone. You know what? I got tricked. I thought this meant I have this much stone, but this is just the icon for materials. I only have 1 stone. So it's going to take a bit to get the stone because I had turned this off. I misread that. That's okay. So we'll get this back online. And everyone, I think this is a great first look at Of Life and Land. You could see what a fun little builder this is, and it actually has a lot going on under the hood. I barely scratched the surface in this, first 30 minutes, but we have the basis of our settlement here. We can expand. We're getting our food stabilized. The community center is going to happen for us to kind of really start to prosper and conduct diplomatic business as well as continue to grow. And our citizens have moved from level 1 to level 2. We could start building some higher tier production buildings, barns, wells, potters' workshops, dairies, root cellars, wind catchers, nicer homes, cabins, etc. And I'd love to know what you think of Life and Land in the comments below. Let me know, have you played this game? Are you interested? I am going to put a link to the Steam page in the description so you can check it out. And I want to say thank you everyone so much for watching. Take care.